Hello students, today we are gonna study this poem called If I Were a King by Milne. I often wish I were a king and then I could do anything. If only I were king of Spain, I would take my hat off in the rain. So in this poem we are studying about a boy who is daydreaming of becoming a king, okay? Like every person, like we all also dream of being something. Might be you kids also love to be a superhero, Batman, Superman, okay? Likewise, this boy is dreaming of becoming a king. So in first paragraph, we can see he is saying if he was king, okay, he would do anything. He would do anything that he wants and no one would say anything to him because he's the king. And if he was the king of Spain, okay, saying if he was the king of the country Spain, he would, just take his hat off and go out in the rain and get wet and no one would say anything. If only I were king of France, I wouldn't brush my hair for aunts, okay? So might be his aunt, okay? Aunt means your auntie, okay? Might be his auntie is saying, brush your hair, keep your hair clean and all. But this boy is not interested in brushing his hair, okay? If he would become the king of France, of the country France, you'd say, I don't want to brush my hair. So, and he would have the ultimate power to do anything. I think if I were king of Greece, I'd push things off the mantelpiece. If he was the king of Greece, the country Greece, what would he do? You throw things off the table, okay? Mantelpiece is a place that is above a fireplace. Fireplace is a place that is built inside a house where fire is lit, okay? It is attached with the chimney, so the smoke that fire creates, it gets out of the chimney and the room stays warm because of the fireplace, okay? Above the fireplace there is a table that is called a mantelpiece, okay? There, you keep photo frames and all the decorative items to decorate your room, okay? But what is he saying? You throw everything out of the mantelpiece, okay? Because he's the king, he can do anything. If I were king of Norway, I would ask an elephant to stay. If I were king of Babylon, I'd leave my button gloves undone. Okay, so he's saying that if he would become the king of Norway, the country Norway, you'd ask an elephant to stay with him at Norway. You'd keep him, maybe you'd keep that elephant in his palace because you cannot keep an elephant in your house. But if you have a huge palace and king's residential area, of course you can keep an elephant. And if you were, he's saying that if he would become the king of Babylon, he would you'd not put the buttons of his gloves, okay? You just keep it open and you just wear the gloves without putting his buttons, okay? If I were king of Timbuktu, I would think of lovely things to do. So he's saying if he was the king of the country Timbuktu is the country that is situated in Africa, he would do lovely things, okay? I would think of lovely things to do. You'd do lovely things, like play around, run around, do good things, just have good time and like be a king, okay? If I were king of anything, I'd tell soldiers I am the king. So he's saying if he would get a chance to become a king, he would like proclaim it to everyone that I am the king. With full of pride, proudly you would say that I am the king. Okay, so this poem is basically about a boy dreaming of becoming a king. Why is this boy dreaming of becoming a king? It is because he is dreaming of having the ultimate power of becoming a king and doing anything.